Been called lots of stuff. Yeah, I've done a lot of deed. I've had it rough and tough. You know I've smoked a lot of weed. Mellow, don't you know? Well, I've learned a thing or two, like when and where I should go to, what I should or shouldn't do. I've been left alone, no company, but that's alright with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. I'd like to let it grow, you know I'm talking about my beard. I'll have you all know that I know sometimes it might look weird, but I got a friend upstairs whom I'll keep confiding in. I know he's there 'cause when I knock he always lets me in. Brings me peace with what it is and what is not for me. To accept what I see, they're looking back at me as big and ugly. Big and ugly. I could have been small and cute and play a flute like a dream, or sing like an angel, maybe play ukulele. But I got to work with my hands and keep dragging it along, banging on that old guitar. Sometimes I'll write a song. I lose a few friends, so it seems I got no enemies. 'Cause what you get is what you see, that's how it is with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. Big and ugly.
And is it a show? Hey, what's up, everybody?
That's it.
That's it.
Am I coming in clear?
No, yeah, you're good. Yeah, but your crystal, crispy crystal.
Success.
Do you think that's going to be a huge Halloween costume this year for people?
It's very like niche, and people would get it, but like if you nail it, people would know. I think.
I don't think it's niche. I think it's fucking huge. I think that little improv kid character is going to be like the Halloween costume this year. I think it's enormous. I think you have no idea how big and viral that thing is. Like we think like, oh, it's in our feed because it's LA and it's the Groundlings and it's everybody who follows comedians and that shit. It's like, no, it's fucking enormous.
It would be funny though, watching that somebody dressed all out in it, just carrying a black purse. I would immediately know.
Or a black person would be even funnier. Just carrying a black person under there.
It's just a black chick following around. And like, this is Linda. Welcome back to the Big Uglies. It's another week, another exciting week in America.
I feel like all we're doing is like we're like Nero playing for the fucking fall of Rome.
Could be.
We're just like
could be.
Hey, have you seen this other thing that's gonna be the end of Western civilization this week, guys?
Well, the only thing I can think of is your habits as a woman.
Oh, okay. We're gonna get right into this right away. First of
well,
all,
I mean, I think it's the fall. I think it's the fall of entertainment. So, I mean,
you have a real. All right, so
penchant.
last week, amidst our multiple technical difficulties, and by ours I mean mine, we tried to get into my distaste for the world of magicians. You, however, have a tremendous distaste for all things reality television.
100%.
You despise it.
Yeah. Well, can I
What-
just start? But the comparison to magicians and that is magicians work hard for that.
Nope. Is there? you just don't ever see pussy, and then abracadabra, you can do magic. We would all, you know how there's that part of you that ages out of believing in Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's them that age out of believing in pussy, and that is what gives them their magic powers.
That's what makes people watch reality shows when they call it. I just love trash reality. They're out of the sex game.
That's what women say. Men don't say, "I love trash reality." We don't go, okay, maybe
you wrote trash reality on the agenda.
Yeah, because that's what you call it, trash reality.
It's garbage. It's basura. It is the worst. It's the worst. First of all, it was production companies going to networks and other places like, I can make this piece of shit show for 40 grand.
Yeah.
And we'll sell ads on it.
Yeah,
it is garbage in the sense that like I appreciate dialogue and writing and acting and editing and all of it.
Oh, it's
and
got all of that.
None of that is in there.
Yeah.
Nope. Just start with why you're a woman and explain why you like it.
Well, I mean, if we're starting with the most obvious reason I'm a woman, it's the tits, clearly. I think we have to start there.
This is my milk for the babies.
Yeah, that was random as fuck. Yeah, so no, I just, when you're in a 12-year relationship, you're gonna watch some reality TV with your lady friend. You listen, you're about to find out, bitch.
No, all you have to do is put your dick down on the line and
is that you thwack it out?
We don't watch that.
Yeah, how's that going for you? You just taking it out? You're just taking it out for arguments all the time?
All the time.
It's just pulled out for arguments
all the time. You never, when they said for argument's sake,
that's when you take it out. Yeah,
I go hypothetically.
I feel like taking mine out starts arguments. That's what I think happens in my.
I honestly don't think they'd notice if it was out.
Well, I may or may not be correct.
What are you trying to start an argument? Hello, my dick is out. Was it? Let's get back to this argument.
Yeah, I got a real ninjutsu type of cock. I can have it out for 45 minutes. Nobody's aware. Mum's the word. So wasn't
ninjutsu the
what am I going to take?
Art form that they learned in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie?
No, it was in the 3 Ninja Kickback.
It was a ninjutsu.
It was also an American Ninja 1 through 4.
I thought, oh no, that's the guy who plays for the Seahawks, Nick Jitsu, right? What's his name?
Jackson Smith, Nick Jigba. Yeah, that's you're confused.
That's it, Nick Jigba.
Nick Jigba. You're missing. Great name, by the way. Real great name for football. But no, listen. I like some reality TV because it's parallel for the real world. And when people go, Denny, you hate women because they don't fuck you. That's actually not the reason I hate them. That's one of the few reasons I like them, is that occasionally they fuck me sometimes. And then especially like them when they don't fuck me and I don't have to deal with their
that's the part I don't get. I love it when they don't fuck me.
No, I love it when it's off the table entirely, because then I go, cool, you might as well be a white noise machine to me. I don't have to know you exist.
I'm not hanging out with that.
Yes, that's the point.
You go to the Brookstone and get one of those.
I've never been. I've not been to a Brookstone in forever. You're one of these weird guys who still likes to go shop for things in person. You would know where there's a Brookstone.
I like brick and mortar stores. I like cash. I like those things.
All right.
Sorry, I like traditionalist America.
Well, enjoy the Stone Age. Why don't you start carving things into wood, you fucking caveman?
I might take up a woodworking. I might do that.
Yeah, I take you for a woodworker.
No, but seriously, it is sort of a woman-esque.
You hate that I'll call you in the middle of the week and I go, "You seen this new episode of Love Is Blind?" And you go, "No,
Yeah, no.
never have I seen an episode."
Bro, I don't even watch things with actors I can't stand. Like,
you're very positioned on the matter. I get it.
I mean, seriously, if I see you spouting out a bunch of horse shit all day about guns, this, all that, why? And then I see you in a movie or a TV show, I'm not watching it.
You can't watch TV then.
No,
you're gonna have to some sort of agreement because you can't watch.
Hey, I know. I'm watching. I like Taylor Sheridan programming.
Yeah, but everybody on those shows isn't all based. Like a lot of the people, the side people or whatever, are woke.
But some of them shut their mouths.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, it says to do that in the script.
No, I'm saying like in general, like I never heard Hawkeye really talk shit, and especially not after that snowmobile accident, right?
Okay, well, I don't.
So mayor of Kingstown, you know,
yeah.
I might check it out.
I love that logic. So what you're saying we need to do is we need to cause a lot more snowmobile accidents for these Hollywood liberals.
No, we just need to go back to like, if conservatives have to shut their mouths to get jobs and shit in this town, like why didn't the liberals have to shut their fucking mouths? I don't want to hear anybody's political anything, and then I'll enjoy you as an actor. But there's no way I'm watching that Task Force show with Mark Ruffalo on HBO where he's just talking about taking all the guns away and this is like, fuck you, dude. Then don't use pretend guns in the thing. Right? Like, yeah. I don't want to hear you. Like,
yeah, what I think is funny and what I'm waiting for is when woke policy starts to become woke TV. So like I want to see
waiting for it.
No,
like
no,
it's not here.
No. I want to see like the actual defund the police procedure.
Show. Oh, yeah.
It's just like hardcore. Actually, that would be.
It's just called law.
No. Yeah. We should write that where it's just like The Wire, but like a psychiatrist comes out to try to stop the drug dealers and just gets carved up.
What did they call them? They called them community resource officers or something.
Yes. So it should be a show of community resource officers just constantly getting murdered by blacks being themselves. That's the long line.
SVU has to show up and investigate, and they go, case dismissed.
Yeah. Well, it appears this man encountered some real niggas, and
whoa.
They're
blum,
not
blum. That's the show.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, you will call me and go, dude, you got to see this new episode of this. I go, no, actually, I don't.
No,
right?
It's because there's parallel. This is the thing is like it would help you understand where my vitriol for people comes from.
Yeah, I just want you to explain it to me. I don't have to watch the show.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I just go, hey man, there's this rich bitch on here who's like worked in oil and made like millions and millions of dollars. But guess what? She's unhappy because no one loves her. And she has no family or no friends or anything like that fulfills her. And so she goes on this Love Is Blind show and she meets a great guy who's a single dad whose kid has type 1 diabetes, and he's goofy and he's funny and he's nice, and it's not enough. And it's not enough.
I've actually seen that show 1,000 times. It's called Instagram, and I watch it every fucking week. And there's a bitch where she's got. You ever seen these bitches? And they got a new boyfriend like every other month.
Oh yeah.
And so, but they do a thing like they'll post quotes and they'll like soft launch him into the shadow and be like, I've never been so happy in my life. And then the next time she posts a story, it's just like sad music, like healing stage. Right? Yeah. And then she's out slutting it up again. And I was just like, oh, is that bitch unhappy?
Yeah.
I don't need a fucking competition reality dating show to understand that or see it.
Yeah, and this is where I get into arguments with our conservative female friends. I'm like, this is why I like having a loyal army of prostitute friends, because they're just like, oh yeah, no, I sell pussy over here and then I sell pussy over there and then I go over here and sell pussy. I just sell pussy. And you go, cool, thanks for the honesty. That's cool.
An army of prostitutes.
Yeah, you didn't count on my loyal army of prostitutes, did you?
Oh shit.
Jimmy, release the skunks. I'm on it, Mitch.
But you will watch Love Is Blind and be like, here's why.
Yeah, no, it validates what I know to be the scum of earth. That fucking women are insatiable. Like, this is the difference between me and Gavin is, and you think you can fuck this out of them. You think this can be fucked out of them.
Not just fucked out, but like, they're taught kindness and love and compassion and respect.
Re-education camp that won't take. Okay, so but
that's the thing. In re-education camps, they don't fuck them. That's the problem. It doesn't stick.
So they have to fuck them.
You have to. They gotta get fucked, and then it starts the programming again. Wow. They rewire their goofy brains.
Look out, Jews! Don't let Carl.
Listen, dude, I've been in this commie camp for a week, and I haven't been fucked yet.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
My thing is this: the only reality show I watched was the one you introduced me to, and it's with actual retards.
Was it not wonderful? Did it not make life better?
But that's what I want. I want actual retards, not people being retarded.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? If the camera's on the actual retards and you go, "Aw," right? Look at them. They're wholesome. They really want love. This fucking goofy bitch doesn't want love.
No, she wants some
goofy bitch wants a wedding paid for by Netflix. She wants the perfect guy that she thinks is amazing, and then she sees him. She's like, absolutely not. Actually, I'm actually attracted to attractiveness and not someone's soul.
Yeah. The best one was I told you about, where there was a guy who, like, the whole time in the pods where they don't see each other is like, women just don't like me because I'm Asian, and they just find Asians horrifically unattractive. And this white girl on the other side is like, no, it's not me. I'm not like that. My brother has a Chinese wife, and my other brother has like a black wife.
And then sure enough.
And then she comes out and she's like making out with the guy. And then, like, it's like 2 hours later after the reveal, and she's like, I can't do it. I mean, I wish I could say that the attraction would grow, but it wouldn't. And then they cut to the guy, and he goes, I don't think it's attractive. I don't think she's not attracted to me. Like, we were kissing, and, she's very affectionate and everything. And she was being affectionate the whole time. And then they cut back to her, and she's like, I find him disgusting and repulsive. And you're just like, oh my God. First of all, yes, she hates Asian men. She's got it, so it's so fucking funny to me. Like, that you
have a thing about Asian women that I don't understand either.
What's the thing I have about Asian women? What are you talking about?
You don't like them?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have a thing for Asians, but it's not something I'd be like, ugh. In fact, that one chick from the FX show, Shogun, and she was in Gozira show. I thought she was hot.
Well, yes, some of them are hot, man. But
I even think what's her name was hot. Constance Wu.
Which?
Isn't that her name? Constance Wu.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought she was hot for a minute.
Yeah, and then she spoke.
Lucy Liu was hot.
Oh, Lucy Liu was hot. Yeah, she's fine. The hottest Asian is the one from Shrinking.
No, she's not even Asian, I think. Isn't she like Hawaiian or something?
Yeah, that's the kind of Asian.
But she's mixed.
So, yeah, the best ones are mixed. The best ones of everything.
But like mixed with other mix.
Yeah, I don't like food fusion, but I do like pussy fusion. You know what I mean? Like, I like when they take, like, it's Korean barbecue, but it's got a little bit of Southern comfort in it. Like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, the only Indian I've ever seen that was like, oh, she might be all right is mixed.
Yes, but we all do go, oh yeah, but the Indian is the one thing that you probably can't mix enough other stuff with.
Out of it.
You can't.
You can't. It's like oil and water. it's just somehow it's gonna get in there.
Here's the thing. And I would say this truthfully and honestly, she's the prettiest kind of Indian in the world. Okay. Sweetest, nicest human being, maybe the best heart I've ever seen. All I can imagine is what it would be like to wash our kids' feet, and that I would have to leave my family. Okay, so this is
that's why you don't want to imagine that.
Is what listen, I'm sure she finds me disgusting too. They all do. Okay, but I'm just being honest and truthful where I'm coming from. And I just go, if I look down at my beautiful child's feet and they got those fucking dark knuckles on their feet, I'm out. You won't find me.
Like the whole foot has to be black if that's the case.
yeah. I mean, like if it's black, it's fine. But I can't have dark knuckles on any of on the appendages.
That's the thing with the interracial thing too, right? It's like you're rolling the dice of what kind of mix you get. Because have you seen the ones that are like look white but have all the black features and stuff? You're like, I feel so bad for that kid. He looks albino. You're like, I feel bad for that kid. There's not like the healthy mix of where like, oh, look at that beautiful curly hair. This one is just like, what happened to you? It's like, well, why not?
Yeah, there are those bad ones, right? Where they're like black but with freckles, and you're like, no, you got the worst of both worlds. They have like
no, I mean like they're like as white as you and I, but they have all the black features.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They get the worst of both worlds. Right?
It's just like
the kinky hair and the big lips, but they have like my complexion. It's like they look like Michelle Wolf.
But with bigger noses.
But that's pretty close to what we're talking about, right? Gross.
That was Sinatra. Yeah, that thing looked like Shaquille.
Yeah, they don't all come out looking like Meghan Markle. That's what you think. You think you're going to get you a Markle, and you end up with a Michelle Wolf, and you're like, oh God. And then it talks like.
By the way, that's your like go-to mixed girl. By the way,
Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Well, what's a better one? Is there a better one?
I think there's a couple few you'd probably come up with. I don't really know off the top of my head.
The Game of Thrones one.
Yeah, she's hotter than Meghan Markle.
Yeah, no, she is. Yeah, what's her name?
But is she all the way? Is she mixed at all, or is she all the way?
No, I think she's mixed. Natalie Emmanuel. Yeah, she's good. Let's pull her up.
Yeah, but for me, like, give me the actual developmentally disabled on a show. Don't give me
what the fuck. I was like, are we still talking about?
I'm saying that don't give me the people that are like acting like retards and just like, I love it.
Oh, hold on. It sounds like you're doing Thai. Are you doing Thai right now, or what's happening?
No, Thai is my likeness. I don't really care.
Yeah, she's some kind of mixed, right?
The photo on the left, she looks like, that's way hotter than Meghan Markle. That
thing
right there.
Yeah, she got this little Florence Pugh nose guy. I like that. The problem is that might as well be like a Democratic Party flag when they have, it's hot, but it's like her brain sucks.
Yeah, but you can fuck it out of them.
I don't think you can. I can't.
Bro, do you see Whitney Cummings campaign that she's on?
No,
she's even done doing Bill Maher, where she's like talking about being essentially a conservative as soon as she had a kid. And she's like, yeah, as soon as I had a kid, it's like
you've talked about the Taylor Swift white baby boom that's coming.
What's going on? What's Taylor Swift white baby boom? Is that what you typed in? Yeah. This is a conspiracy that's going. The term Taylor Swift baby boom refers to a speculative idea that celebrities' relationship in future marriage and children could influence a rise in birth rates. This is going to happen. We predicted this a year and a half ago.
She's going to get based, and it's going to be similar to like the Whitney Cummings thing, where she's like, now that I'm a mother and I have a different purpose in life, I just see the world so much differently now.
She'll be, and then everybody, guess what? They'll start calling her the billionaire and shit like they do to Elon. Like, she doesn't deserve to have that money.
Yeah. Exactly. Even though she bought her own masters back, like, yeah. There shouldn't be billionaire musicians. We don't need. Yeah, they'll hate her too. And her old friends.
They already started her new album.
And then we'll fucking start hating on. Oh yeah,
we can kick this off. I wish I could Minority Report that. Like,
well, you could if you were the producer, but you're not. You're just.
I said wish.
You're just Nathan Lane, man.
That could go two ways. That could go the producers or Birdcage.
Yep. Yes, it can.
Speaking of retards, Islam.
Yeah. People fucking their cousins and making retards.
Speaking of Islam and retards, that guy Mamdani, what a retard. He is talking about, did you see what he got to the bottom of it when they asked him?
Do you think
what
the fact that he's retarded is like why we just knew he was going to get elected? Where he just like he's going to win.
Dude, I didn't know this, but there's this video of him. He had like a rally, and he's like, anybody that comes up here starts shouting, we're gonna drown him out with music. Can you hit the music? And it takes forever for them to hit the music. And then he's like, I have a musical theater degree. And he does like this fucking thing, and then the music doesn't shut off when he wants to, and it's so typical of like the Dems. But I immediately go, that's what it is. They're hiring. We used to be like, oh, these guys are just actors. They're literally, AOC was an actress that her brother responded to the casting call, and they made her an elected official. And that's the same thing that this dude is doing. He's an actor, essentially.
Yeah.
And they're just looking the part, right? They're just looking the part. And he had the audacity to say, I want free buses in the city. And they go, well, how are you going to do it? He goes, well, I'm gonna it's gonna cost $9 billion. And they're like, well, how are you gonna do that? He was like, I will raise everybody's taxes by 2%. And he's like, so in New York City, you're gonna spend 52% of your money to the government. Like you're gonna give that to, and they're like, so you think more than half of people's money should go to and he's like, yeah, I talk to rich people all the time and they want safer this and that. I go, rich people ain't riding the bus. They'll take the subway, but they're not riding the bus. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Nobody rich or middle class takes the bus in New York City. Nobody. He's like, well, they should be free. You think that's the problem? Rich people don't want to pay for the bus? No, they don't want to be with the people that are on the bus.
Yes.
But bus culture is different. I think I talked about this before. That's the problem. As soon as they made the Airbus, right? You had the bus people flying.
Right.
That's what Spirit is. That's all
was your big point of contention. You were like, I don't want the bus in the air.
Yeah, and that's what it's become. It's the bus in the air. I was like, no, thank you. I'll have a 737 Boeing, please. Thank you. It's like, I don't even want to be where it says Airbus as the brand. But this guy is a fucking goofy theater fag. And he's talking about raising taxes for everybody. And then his like main mic drop moment was to say Cuomo hasn't been to a single mosque and couldn't name a single mosque in the city. How many Catholic churches has this fucking Islamic been to in New York City? 0? How many names one other than the most famous cathedrals that are there? Like, why is it that we would have to name mosques? If I was Cuomo, I would have said, fuck mosques.
Yeah. Dude, if Cuomo would have said, fuck mosques and fuck you, he would have won the election in one debate.
Yeah,
Sliwa should have said, fuck you fucking mosques.
Yeah, dude. The only reason Cuomo isn't winning in a landslide
fuck you mosques.
It's because he was already governor, and he was governor during COVID. And it's almost like you went from governor of the state, now you want to be the mayor of this fucking city, which is essentially powerless.
Didn't you fucking jerk off an intern? He's like, that was my brother.
I was the one with the nipple rings, remember?
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
I was already here. It's a joke. That's what I think of when I look at Cuomo, by the way. He looks like an even more emaciated version of Vito Spatafor.
Yeah, but he needs to like be like Kingpin from Born Again, like where he's like the mayor that used to do shady shit, but he's still gonna do shady shit, but he's like, I gotta look good for the camera.
Crime boss mayor? Yes, be that.
Yeah, dude, where is that guy?
Like, think about how weak politicians have to be, where like a diminutive, effeminate Muslim faggot is the front runner. Like, that's this in New York City. In New York City.
Yeah, what'd you call the? But the reason why we brought this up is what did you call it? The shadow of anti-Semitism is Islam.
Well, I said that here's the problem. I said the biggest problem with this Jew awakening that the Republican right is having and people are having with like, all this stuff that we were told is anti-Semitism is also actually very accurate and true.
I hate that word, by the way, anti-Semitism.
Yes, yeah, but it's kind of stupid because most of the people that wave the flag like you're being anti-Semitic aren't actually Semites. They're not even from Israel. They're not born of that place.
I just don't know why they get their own racism word.
Yeah,
right? It's not.
I mean, you know,
because you wouldn't go like, this guy's racist. What is he doing? He's spewing anti-negroid. Like,
Negroid sounds like an awesome video game.
Negroid on Atari.
Yeah. I think I remember when I played Negroid on NES back in the 80s, and I was shocked when you get to the end and you find out it's a woman. You're like, what the fuck? She takes
man,
and you're like, Negroid? I didn't know you were Chiquiqua.
I thought it does. I think it was a Sega game. Now that I think about it,
Sega Genesis. Yeah.
Nigga.
You're like, did it just say it? I think it said the word.
But yeah, the shadow of it. What did you mean by that?
No, I said the biggest problem, and I tweeted about this earlier. The biggest problem with this whole JQ awakening is that it has cast a shadow over the actual threat that Islam poses to Western society and America. And this is the big distinguishment I always have when people are like, well, I'm anti-Jew or I'm anti-Muslim. I go, there's a difference between the two. Jews want to exploit America for everything it has to offer. Muslims just want to destroy it.
Or yeah, at the least take it over.
Yes, and it's like they want Sharia law in the West. They want to destroy Western civilization. They want to destroy Western values. So when, everybody loves to go like, can't they take each other out? It's like, yeah, but if you're picking the lesser of two evils, it's not even close that Jews are the lesser of two evils.
Well, let's not get it twisted. Evils.
One is good. And what I love too is when I just go like, and this is the other thing I always criticize when we're talking about this thing with like, the JQ guy, the guys who have become huge, becoming like Jew critics, Dave Smith and Nick Fuentes, Jake Shields and all these other guys. And I go like, the interesting thing is that you never really hear them criticizing or going hard against the Nog community. Like there is sort of a cowardice of picking on Jews where it's like, hey man, why don't you talk about the people who are murdering and killing each other? That's why I have a lot more affinity for Kumia, who's just like, he literally has like the Nig report every day where he's just like, let's pull up the computer and see what they're doing in New York. Let's see what they're doing in Florida.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it until you said something about it, but I was like, oh yeah, why wouldn't Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh, and all the Daily Wire people, even Fuentes and all the Groypers, they will point something out, almost get there and allude to it, and then back off and then go, well, bail. This is and they bail, and you're just like, hey man, if I am making observations and I feel like I can make, some are prejudiced, but like I did agree with Fuentes when he said like outright hatred of somebody based on their race is stupid. It's true. That's so true. However, but outright disliking their behavior and their culture is something different. I can't stand Indian culture. So you could take that as how it is.
Pretending to not see the patterns is pussy.
Yeah, but it's also while preaching about noticing patterns.
Right.
So you're like pretending not to see a pattern of behavior, and it's just like, listen, dude, they don't even understand per capita. And Steven Crowder, to his credit,
you just read my mind. I was going to bring up this thing that
Steven Crowder, to his credit, went to a fucking
Noggery.
Well, no, I'm saying he went to a place in a barbershop that sat down with these people and literally is saying to their face, like, so you think that people who had nothing to do with reparations are paid for reparations? And they're like, you don't. If your people came from Canada or whatever, like they didn't own slaves, right? And it's one of those things like, the French had no slaves. And the fact that they go, they slaughtered the Indians. It's like this revisionist history, as if the Indians, like the movies we used to make about cowboys and Indians and stuff, they go, people understood like, yeah, dude, the Indians were fucking bad at one point. And now it's just like the native indigenous, and they do a what's the thing? Land acknowledgement before they show a movie at somewhere.
That's what I liked about that movie, Last of the Mohicans, because it actually showed the savagery of the fucking Indians. It wasn't just like one of these white genocide movies where the Indians are all just sitting around hitting a drum and knitting, and then a white guy comes up and just starts shooting people in the head for no reason. Like, no, they were running down settler packs, raiding, raping, and pillaging them and scalping them and carrying them around like trophies.
Yeah, I would say early on, even like, to my parents' credit, Disney movies came out and stuff, and they would have, oh, this new Disney movie, I'll see that, or I'll see this Disney movie. My parents never took me to see or get Pocahontas, right? And you're just like, why? This song is good. Like, I'm a little kid, like going like, why not, right? And then you see it, and it's like, white man bad. Every scene is just like, white man bad.
Yeah.
They kill us. Dude, you know what a big ass myth the smallpox blanket thing is?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a myth.
I've taken so many smallpox blankets down to Skid Row, and not a goddamn nothing. I feel like they're making more of them.
It's just such a myth that there's no. I go, oh yeah. So let me get this straight. The whites were immune to smallpox, put it on blankets, and then gave it to them. You're like, well, yeah. And you go, so why do we ever have a smallpox vaccine? Oh, we didn't. It killed kids.
By the way, I was coming back home the other night. It was like Sunday night, and I was coming through downtown. You ever hook a right in downtown and realize that you're in a part of Skid Row that's expanded?
They closed the streets. Have you seen those? Where you take a turn and then there's a barrier up and go, who did this?
Yeah, so because that's pushing them out into the rest of the city. So sometimes when traffic is bad on the 110, I'll hop off and I'll jump on Hill and I'll take Hill up to avoid the 110. So I do this, and I go to jump from Hill to Broadway because I'm like, I'll take Broadway up to San Fernando. So I hook that right on, like you're going between on Wilshire. And I swear to God, I thought there was a goddamn wild grizzly in the fucking middle of the road. It wasn't. It was a 300-pound black woman, fully nude, just like moseying, cracked out of her goddamn gills. And I was just like, I'll just go around.
Crazy that they not a pound lost with homelessness.
Yeah, well, she's not. I don't. Yeah, that's a real question. It's a good question.
And I actually have this problem because
it's like when you see once in a while, like, and this is usually in like Woodland Hills. You like pull off Woodland Hills exit, and there's like a 19-year-old smoke show homeless, and you're like, did your pussy get blown off in Vietnam? What are you doing out here?
First of all, I've never seen a smoke show homeless. You're gonna have to specify that.
I've seen two, and they're always in the Deep Valley. But go on.
I figured the only place that would exist is Vegas, maybe. It's just like, I'm homeless, really. I'm just living in my car.
I think it's a video. I think you're thinking of a video. You saw one person. I believe that's called content, Carl. I believe you're.
I'm like homeless, and you should like donate.
Donate this dick. Okay, yeah, I've seen that one.
I know what you need.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never too late, kids.
I do love the idea that you could do a black guy's voiceover in porno for black guys. Like if there was like a POV, I'm gonna
take this bitch. I'm gonna take this bitch pussy.
Oh God!
Slide that bitch down.
Oh no!
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Give me some of this white pussy.
No, don't give it
some of this white pussy.
No.
So what? The bitch like to snort a little blow to the little thing. I'm talking about. Bitch gonna slide in it. Yeah. Because guess what? I don't care what it is. That white pussy gonna get juicy for a nigga.
This is not good.
Splish splash, bitch.
Okay, he wouldn't say splish splash.
I'm in the booth.
No, you can't just improvise fucking scripts. You can't
splish
splash.
Dude, Trick Daddy's record label was called Slip and Slide Records. I'm pretty sure that they say splish splash.
I don't think they say it when they're about to fuck though. They don't. They're very.
You don't know, bro. They fuck with socks on.
That's true. That none of that happened in front of me.
And Timberlands on, dude.
Yes, fuck with socks on. That's disgusting.
And shoes, like full on socks and shoes. Like
I know. I don't like.
And you know what I realized? What that's for?
It's because is it because their feet skins are different than ours and they slide too much on? You'd say your thing before I take it too far.
No, it's because they're probably fucking somebody else's woman. They got to run out of there.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, no. You know what? I can attest to that. That probably is what's happening. As a man who's been on the other side,
I could have swore I heard a noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how they came up with Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
The Flash is, if the Flash was black, he would just be running out of bitches' houses all day long.
Yeah. By the way, I wonder now that we're talking about this, I wonder, before you moved in here, how much nog traffic there was in and out of my apartment when I was out of town.
I don't want to think about that, and I don't think you should think about that, because that'll go down a fucking Michael Douglas sort of rampage at the end of it.
Michael Douglas falling down.
Yeah, it'd be called Rising Up, the sequel.
Well, it definitely would start with me and a submachine gun at a McDonald's. That's for sure. Why don't this look like the picture?
Put the Monopoly pieces in the bag.
Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. I got a McDonald's order the other day. It had no Monopoly pieces in it. I almost went Michael Douglas falling down. I was like, excuse me, I believe I've been raped.
That's why, you know what? That's another reason I don't get delivery for food. It's so that I don't have to call nobody, bring it, but like I'll just go and turn around and go, hey man, this is fix it. And it takes me like 5 seconds because I'm right there.
Yeah.
Fix it.
No, they just,
by the way, I got this is a sidebar thing. I sent you this thing.
That should be the name of this show. Sidebar radio, everybody.
I sent you this thing about how Arby's came up with steak nuggets, right? And I have since seen like food reviews of it. Okay. And the funniest one I seen was this black dude said that Arby's fucking around with these steak bites tastes like smoked squirrel knees.
Okay. All right.
And I was just like, all right, I'm not getting them. Like I
turn you off as a black guy calling them squirrel knees, and then you're like, I'm out.
Yeah, sometimes black people have the best food reviews because they're just like, look, kid, it ain't worth it. You're like, all right, let's find out why.
That anyone who listened to your rant last weekend about how expensive fucking Arby's has become knows why you like black people food reviews. It's because
they start with the price.
It starts with the money. It starts with, is it worth it?
Well, because can I say, women doing food reviews is always the worst because they go, so I went to this new little place and it's rated the top thing. And you go, shut the fuck up, show the food and get on with it. Right? Yeah. At least that Keith Lee dude is like, all right, so I'm here. Here's the food. This is nasty. You're like, all right. That guy's.
You talking about the Asian guy?
No, dude. The black dude. The one that Keenan Thompson made fun of on SNL.
Okay.
Keith Lee. He's like an MMA fighter's brother that does all these like food reviews.
All right.
But he did one food review in Oakland and the black people went crazy. Like, you just ain't know where to go. He's like, no, we went to 6 places. I couldn't even do that review of the place because I didn't want to disrespect people, but the town was disgusting. My family didn't feel safe and the food was horrendous. And I was just like, yeah, it's a third world country in America.
Yeah. Like, hey, do you want to do a show in Oakland? I'd be like, I don't know. How's Darfur looking these days? I would rather go there.
Well, yeah, because they have a little bit of culture, right?
Yeah, a friend asked me the other day, like, when's the last time you performed in San Francisco? I go, 2015? Before the war? Like,
the war.
I mean, like, and by the way, that show was in the Tenderloin, and it was scary then. It was fucked up then.
I did last time I did Punchline in 2019. It was like the last before COVID.
Gene, do you do a Gene show up there?
Yeah, and that whole place, like at night too, you're just like, wasn't this so beautiful? And you'll go like,
you go back like Mrs. Doubtfire, and you're like, remember when that city was the most gorgeous place in America to live?
I'm really a few times I'm like Tony Soprano when it comes to places. I'm like, look at this Italian architecture. Fucking Italians built this, right? Like I have that and like going to different cities and shit sometimes. And I really was like that when I was there. I go, look at the place the fucking Italians built, and now it's got garbage all over it. It's fucking spray painted. These fucking disgusting animals. I was just like the whole time. I was just
Yes. Yeah, just breathing.
I can't believe that we pay for this shit.
From Matthew Bevilacqua.
Yeah, so like you had written this down too about leftists. But
this came from that Crowder thing you brought up, was like the cognitive dissonance, the cognitive dissonance that these black guys have, where they're just like it ain't like that. You ain't no black people killing white people. And he's like, incorrect.
Yeah, and have you seen every single video?
Yeah, but what is the statistics though? Where them statistics come from? Everywhere that has ever had statistics ever. Even your own people who did statistics are like, this can't be right. They did it again and it was right. And he's like, yeah, I don't believe none of that.
Yo, so have you seen every one of the videos from Memphis? From Memphis, where their people are uploading videos like, thank you, Trump. My kids is playing outside again. Lawnmowers is going. I was like, you motherfuckers weren't mowing your lawn? Because they're like, yeah, and niggas get murdered outside. And you're like, yeah, they should have been sent the National Guard there. And I realized that they only act right if there's an oppressive authoritarian force there. Right? There's right?
Human beings, period, are either driven by incentives or consequences. And I don't think black people can be incentivized. Like
not when they're made to be dependents, and the government's supposed to do something, ain't they?
That's the point, right? So like that, and even what's interesting is, even if you look at like high level black athletes that were like raised by single mothers, what's interesting about a lot of that is it is consequence driven. You better take your ass to practice, or I'll beat the fuck out of you. Like there is a consequence to not delivering on a performance expectation. So
because the mom wants the bag.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I mean, forget about the motivations or whatever, but it is consequence driven. Do it or else.
Well, it's more incentive now, right?
Yes,
that's the incentive for them. Is like, you better do this. I'm gonna give you consequences if you don't give me my incentives.
Right. It's like, but that's where woman supersedes black. Obviously, like
true.
It's an interesting dynamic, because it's listen, if you're saying would you rather black women, instead of aborting their children and living off the government, like become brood mares and turn these kids into pro athletes and then use them as some sort of financial pyramid scheme? Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's a better outcome. Yeah, whatever, either one of those, by the way, I'm fine with. What I'm not fine with is letting them run rampant on the streets and turning Philadelphia into a third world country, Oakland into a third world country.
You know what they call these like young goon like types that shirt off, ski mask and all that shit? The name that all of black culture, whether they are the upper echelon, whether it's like, the most famous of actors and athletes to street level people, black Americans call them YNs. They're like, look at them YNs over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just means young niggas,
mm-hmm.
right? But there's a specific thing they mean when they say YN, and it means a young, and they're excusing their behavior by calling them this. They just YNs. And you're like, yeah, it's a problem. You're talking about a cultural thing. Right. You're not talking about and you've all sort of agreed to it without pushing back. So when they send the National Guard to Memphis, and there's ladies making TikTok videos going, thank you, Trump. Oh my God. The lady in DC that was like, I'm not worried about getting carjacked at a stoplight. I was like, that was happening all the time?
All the time.
And you're just like, well, they have black mayors. They got, same as Chicago, a black mayor, the black DA, a black police chief, and you go, why is this running to the fucking ground? And it's like, did you not hear me? Black mayor, black DA, black police chief. It's like, oh, well, that makes sense. So like something like Crowder, when he went in there, same thing, like they ran the numbers, and then he gave an example that was per capita. And the guy goes off, he goes, here you go with them numbers again. There you go with them numbers. He goes, yeah, they don't lie. He's just like, you can lie with them, but the actual statistics of stratified data and this and that, they didn't want to hear any of it. It's like, where are you getting these numbers from? He's like, the crime bureau. It's just like,
yeah, and I think it's so funny that he's just like, he's like, ain't nobody want to murder you, and he's like, okay, well, wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking, it's like it's a denial to the nth degree, and the fucking issue is like, hey man, if you guys don't fucking put your foot down and go, yeah, we got a real problem, and help us fix it, then you're going to be on the bad end. Like, here's the problem. Here's, and I'm going to make this very, very clear for people. There were 13% of the population, maybe a little more, in Germany that were blamed for a lot of the fucking problems in the country and in the economy and slums and destroying the country. And okay, they were bad for culture. They were bad for society. And rather than look around and go, yeah, we got to clean up our own side of the street, they were like, how dare you say such awful, terrible things about it? And they were like, okay, trains, camps, death.
Yeah, but they owned the newspapers and got world support. These other motherfuckers, what are we going to read? The Griot?
Well, that's my point, is like, if you don't get with the solution, other people are going to come up with it. Okay. And what's
it'll be final.
It will be fine. Yeah. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Like, if you don't let Trump come in and clean this up in the nicest way possible, it's just going to get to a point where there's going to be killing club. It's going to be like the Klan all over it.
Well, and I'd say this, and this goes to the leftist thing about this like cognitive dissonance that goes in. Is just like, they're paying, like San Francisco and here in LA is like, they are paying. We are paying for this.
The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because black people kill each other more. That's the only reason it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, but we pay for this.
Yeah.
So like every system. So I know you saw this news. They're essentially scapegoating people. Sure, there's fraud. The feds came in to investigate LA and the homelessness fraud, and they found some real estate developers that took a couple $1 million, maybe $100 million. But the number that is missing for the money is $24 billion. So they listed 30 people and like, this person took 100,000. This person took, I go, that's not even a fucking drop in a bucket. What you should be looking at is the fact that, you know where the fraud is in homelessness? It's called the LA Homeless Service or Homeless Authority. And that is the LA HSA or whatever the fuck it is. Dude, their salaries are $330,000 each. This is a guy with 275, 285, 325. There's your fraud. You created an entire organization and authority, the homeless authority, and paid them over $250,000 yearly since 2020 or 2019. That's your fraud.
By the way, did you see this trans that's working for that department that's now going to run for governor?
Yeah, dude. That's I'm the one that posted the
her salary for the last like 4 or 5 years working for this homeless thing is like $350,000 a year.
Yeah, and his name is Maybe a Girl.
Maybe a girl. Yeah, maybe a girl. Maybe
in prison, because that's where they should be. So like, when is fucking Gavin getting arrested, or Karen Bass for like, or Garcetti for funneling this money into these programs and all this shit? And then, get this, we had a CEO of Los Angeles. Did you know this? It was a black chick that they created this position to be like the CEO of the county, right? We had a ballot proposition we all voted on to get rid of this bitch's job. Do you know what she did?
No.
She filed a grievance, and the state and LA County elected to pay her $2 million because she said, well, this ballot thing harmed my reputation and no longer made my job exist. So I'm gonna need $2 million, and they're paying her.
I literally have this pulled up right here. LA County's $2 million CEO payout was over claims she was harmed by ballot measure.
We voted to take this bitch's job away, and she was like, y'all got to pay me $2 million. And you're like, what the fuck? Where do we live?
Her name is Fezia Davenport, LA County CEO. I mean,
made
like,
up position.
if you don't think we live in a corporatocracy and there are people installed as the CEO of a county, which is an unelected member, is insane. Measure G will transform the CEO job from appointed position into an elected one in 2028.
So she wants $2 million, and they're paying her.
This is insane.
You didn't even know about this shit, huh?
No. Isn't
this fucking criminal? They took, and I want to know who the fuck decided on our behalf to pay our money to this bitch because she was harmed. Who else's reputation has been harmed? Anyone's? Then on top of that, not to fucking pile on even more, did you see the state of emergency thing that they're trying to do?
Why does LAist think I need a Carhartt jacket? Is it because I'm talking about blacks? I don't know, dude. Is it just? Have you seen these new Carhartt jackets, my young racist friend? Hey, man, these look kind of cool. She got that fucking fur up on the neck. I like that.
I actually have two Carhartt jackets. They're a little big, though.
Well, maybe they're my size. We just keep trading back. We just keep trading back to each other.
I should actually make you put one of them on and see.
No, I don't.
Come on.
I don't.
You got a better chance of fitting in the jacket than you would for that.
Of not being racist anymore?
Come on, I took it off Rocco de Mayo. It's a nice jacket.
The jacket. It's the
jacket.
I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah. So going back to this, though, on top of that, state of emergency, I want you to type this in, too. They just declared rent relief. And it hasn't been totally enacted yet, but it's about to be, or trying to be, rent relief, because illegals are claiming that the ICE raids have stopped them from working. So our fucking county is declaring a state of emergency to give illegals rent relief.
Yeah.
Why be a landlord?
I got it right here.
These people, they should be hanged. They should be fucking have their heads cut off at SoFi Stadium on the fucking Jumbotron.
LA County supervisors take first step toward eviction moratorium tied to immigration action. The Board of Supervisors on Tuesdays approved a local state of emergency tied to federal immigration policy, a move that could lay the groundwork for an eviction moratorium opposed by the California Apartment Association. So this is what you and I talked about when the election happened. I said the what will fix California is getting all these illegals out, because the vacancy rate will fucking skyrocket.
And this is their response to it.
And this is their way of preventing that from happening and fixing the housing market. So when you hear these politicians talk about we want to fix the housing
affordable housing bullshit.
We have it. It's over occupied. And I tell people this all the time when I drive people and I tell them, they're like, what's the housing situation? You're like, I go, it's squeezed in two ways. One, nobody goes in and makes sure that units aren't over occupancy. Now, we live in a good, well-run place, so we don't have apartments that have 12 people living in a 2-bedroom. Most of the fucking buildings in Los Angeles have 10, 12, 15 people.
Dude, even in East Hollywood, like right by the fucking barrio over there, not even East LA.
Koreatown, like, you know, and by the way, it's like, it's not just like Hispanics or illegals. It's also like influencer chicks from Ohio, 8 of them working barista jobs, living in a $4,000 a month 2-bedroom in WeHo. So it's like you're getting squeezed that way. And then developers are demolishing $4 million homes, $3 million homes, 4, 5, 6 of them in a neighborhood, and building $40 million mega mansions and reducing inventory on the top end. So it's getting squeezed from both ends. And you've got this thing that would immediately fix the problem, which is the eviction and kicking out of all these illegal immigrants, and they're protecting them.
Check this shit out. You know, when you call for an Uber and some guy named fucking Marmat or Singapore will show up.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Knuckles, we call him. When Knuckles show up.
Chicago. ICE waited at the rideshare lot of O'Hare Airport and nabbed 2/3 of the drivers there were illegals.
And how are they driving on these?
But you can't say this. This is like they talk about wage stagnation and all this other shit. There it is.
Yeah.
That is like the clear. And they're like, I don't, this is bullshit. They're just rounding up people that were there. Yeah. That's a danger to society. I'm getting in a car with somebody who can't read the road signs.
Right.
Oh, their app gets translated for them. I don't care. I don't care if you're from Russia. I don't care if you're from Armenia. I don't care if you're from India. You're going back.
Yeah.
They're like, can you believe that they're doing that? Yeah. Because that's what they're supposed to do. Because that fucking auto pen goofy geriatric flew them all over the country.
Yeah, spread them out like cancer.
There's a town in Pennsylvania that had like maybe 4,000 people in it or something, and they were all like fucking supposed to be like factory workers, and they brought in 2,000 Haitians or some goofy shit like that, right? And the factory then closed down, and now the town just has to deal with 2,000 new Haitians that moved in.
The town is called Charleroi.
Dude, see, I'm on this shit, bro. I'm telling you. I mean, like, people think I'm fucking.
Isn't he the Breakfast Club, Charleroi the God?
Yeah, that's the same. But how many people are in the town?
I got the story pulled up here. Let's see. The query: Charleroi, Pennsylvania, significant increase in its Haitian population, estimating number between 7,000 and 2,000. The growth is connected to jobs in local factories, particularly food packaging plants that employ many immigrants. The situation has sparked a divided local reaction, with residents feeling the new arrivals have revitalized the town, while others express concern about the changes.
And that's old because there's a new one. The food packing plant that they work at closed.
The total population is just over 4,000.
Right. So now there's 6,000 Haitians there, and the total population before that on the census was 4,000.
Wow.
They're eating the dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I encourage people to go watch that Crowder barbershop thing. It will enrage you because you're just like, just the utter refusal to look.
Here you go with them numbers. Here you go with them numbers. And you're like, yeah, they're accurate.
Also, can I ask you this question honestly?
I can explain it to you slower if you don't get it. Well, you're not big sports guys.
Have you ever wanted to beat to death a blind man?
No.
As much as you want to beat that black blind man in that barber chair to death because he does this thing.
Not to death, but I'll slap fire out of him. I'll make him see straight.
I'll bring the vision back. Let me tell you something. Because he does this thing that old black people do where they fucking over talk the point. Like, let me tell you something. There's a man who's lived on this earth for 75 years under the eyes of Jesus Christ in the state of Pennsylvania. Daughter of Forrest, or son of Forrest, mother to a sister, father to a brother. It's like, stop setting up the dialogue and just talk. Like, stop pontificate. Like, he just, if you watch it, you'll know what I'm fucking talking about.
Young blood. Let me tell you something. Young blood.
From where I stand, from my perspective, from my outlook, from the way I was raised.
The personal anecdote has nothing to do with shit.
But he also has this way of talking where he keeps like not actually saying anything. He's just talking and like buying time. I've never wanted to beat a blind man more than the blind man in this fucking video. I swear to God. He's just like, honestly, Steven, if I'm being honest with you and I'm coming from the heart, right? And I'm talking the truth and I'm telling you what I think and I'm coming at you for, stop saying all that and get the way.
They're all euphemisms for the same thing.
Yeah. If I'm being 100% honest,
look here, young blood.
Straight to look shoot
here, young,
what it is.
Look here, you young whippersnapper. When I tell you that we need to come to some sort of agreement.
I mean, Just fucking get to it, man. And this is the thing is like, and you know what drives me nuts is that black people have mastered this into C-level jobs, into political office, into judgeships. They have done this goddamn fucking minstrel tap dance of not actually having any validity or value to the bullshit they say, and they've sort of articulated and matriculated.
Listen, the expansion racist prepostery of this is just diabolical, because what they're saying is, and what he is saying, and young brother Bill Maher is saying right here as I talk and speak before his eyes, what he is saying essentially is he is calling me a black.
Yeah.
And that is just pontifically, irrevocably racist.
Yeah, that is.
And you're like, no, he just said you're a black guy, right?
And that is Michael Eric Dyson, who you just fucking.
Oh my God, the worst.
Too. He's one of them too. That does that shit where he's like, you know, for thousands of years, my people, where we're from, indigenously, have dealt with a perpetuated, systemic, overwrought, oppressive, corrupt. And stop saying adjectives.
That's the actual leftist thing. And you just push them on my favorite thing is definitions, right? Vocab words.
Why do you think that? I just go, why do you think that? And they just
I know that's your favorite angle, but I go, well, actually, that's not the definition. I like checking them on vocab.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I haven't got to press destiny yet on those definitions, but they just throw. I think this is going back to the leftist mindset of how the leftist has, you know, a brain that is on the same level of retardation. Because if you're black and a leftist, you're missing not in frontal lobe, but you're missing.
That is the American Sign Language symbol for black people. It is a wiping of the brow.
Is it?
Yeah, which to me represents the fatigue that they produce. Where you're just like, motherfucker.
I thought it was pointing to the lack of a frontal lobe.
It also could be that. The beauty of it is that it really works in a lot of different ways. Or if you just go, motherfucker, they're like, yeah, they're right over there.
You know, something I found funny is they call it ASL, I'm saying American Sign Language.
Mm-hmm.
And none of us would take the time to learn any other sign language.
Nope.
And none of the interpreters do either. And I think that's funny because I'm like, wait a minute, is there Chinese sign language where they sign this way or like top to bottom or whatever, however they do? Is there a fucking Indian one where it's like, and they're like, I don't, sir, please, sir.
No,
sir.
Indian sign languages, they make shapes out of poop like Play-Doh, and then that's that's Indian sign language.
I don't speak. Don't speak.
They just mold shit into shapes, and that's Indian sign language.
Do you speak ASL? And they go, and you go, I don't think he speaks ASL. I think I offended him.
Guy's doing, yeah.
I think I offended this guy with the different language, sign language.
Yeah, I only speak Native American sign language, which is this. Oh, Native American sign language. Hey, Carl, what do you think you're gonna do at dinner tonight?
Hey, how are you?
We're fucking retards.
Yeah, speaking of the retards, though, and this goes back to the whole leftist thing, is like we're essentially paying for all this stuff, and yet they go, well, the government got to do something. So like the Crowder thing, when he talked about reparations, is like, I say famous, it's a couple of tens of thousands of views, but my bit about reparations and how California literally wants to give $2 million to each and every black person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being tongue in cheek when I say this. I am for that, just so I never have to hear from them again.
Yes.
About anything.
And that is the deal.
I am being tongue in cheek and like it's funny in the sense, but there is a sort of biting truth that I have to that is like, I don't want to hear you bitch about another fucking thing. Once the money's up, it's up.
Well, the other thing too is there is like the niggerology part of me that is like, wouldn't it be funny if you gave them all $2 million a piece and then they started murdering each other so that they could double their money? because that's what's going to happen. And then you would go, wait a minute, why is this happening? Is it socioeconomic reasons or are they actually barbarians?
But you're not going to see that goes, well, all these white people are robbing them for their money.
No,
Like,
you're not. That's the point.
yeah, you're going to.
You won't see that. They'll kill each other. And it'll be like Highlander. There'll just be one Oprah left standing.
Let's check in on how they're doing out in California. He's like, well, Bob, they're all murdering each other for the same $2 million.
Stadium is pretty well cleared out here after the first 2 days, and we're down to the final 20.
NBA Youngboy is performing at the funeral. But in going back to, like, we're paying for this, like, when it comes to the homelessness, when it comes to the reparations, and then they go, oh, there was fraud, and you look and they're all scapegoats.
I do think that is funny that, like, if I had all the money in the world, I would just spend it making black people do stuff so I could be like, see. That's like the extent of my evil genius, where I would just go, look at him, see.
That's the CIA.
Okay, well then where is hire me, CIA? I'll do
the
it.
CIA call it a nudge.
Yeah.
And they just point you into a direction because they know what kind of reaction you'd give.
Yeah. I want to do
and
that.
Now it's even easier with them because they have social media and shit. And they go, look at this fucking, knew it. I knew these fucking, and they'll push whites into a point of going, oh, that's it. I can't take it anymore. But like, that hasn't happened yet. And it will happen though. Once they give them the $2 million each, you will see white people killing them for that and not even taking their money. They're going to do fucked up shit to just be like, this is how I feel. And you'll have like 6, and then those will be the most politicized stories. It'll be everywhere. And they'll go like, this white rage, we told you they're bad. They can't even handle reparations. We're like, you don't deserve reparations. We talk about handling it.
What if SSRIs were our way of fighting back? Like, what if a bunch of nerd whites 30 years ago were like, listen, if we give this medicine to the lost young men of America, they'll start killing. We'll get them to start killing.
I mean, probably. And those nerds, once again, were in the CIA. It's called MK Ultra.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
But I do think that, and this is going back to your point of, I believe that you called it Negroology.
Negroology, yeah.
Okay. You're sort of like Gary Indiana Jones, right? where you're gonna go and be an architect. You're gonna swap out a Super Bowl trophy for like an NBA Finals one or something. That's the same way.
That's the name of this episode, Gary Indiana Jones.
If I'm being Junior, what are you looking at, Junior? Not right now, Dad.
They're everywhere.
He's like, the swapping of the sandbag for like the NBA Finals trophy or whatever is on the thing.
So you're trying to come up with the euphemism for what would be blacker. It wouldn't be that. He's just trying to replace a watermelon with another watermelon.
No, that's what's rolling after him in the booby trap. It's the biggest watermelon you've ever seen. And they'd be like, see, that's how we get you. It is painted like a watermelon. That's still a rock, my nigga.
Oh, this graffiti's getting real lifelike. They're getting good with it. They're getting really good with these cans.
We'll still keep the same titles though. Temple of Doom, Last Crusade.
Yeah. Ark of the Covenant. No, wait, what was it? What was the first one? Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yeah. Raiders, of course.
Raiders.
Chargers of the Lost Ark, you know what I mean?
Oh man. Speaking of Raiders, the NFL has been cheating.
Oh my God, this is insanity.
Everybody knew this, but nobody wants to say it. I knew it was going to get out of hand once it was the NFL would have behind a press conference for a coach is like sponsored by DraftKings in the back. I'm like, this is about to get out of hand. Mm-hmm. And now they're making calls down to the field to tell officials to throw phantom flags on replays when you can't even challenge. You should be able to challenge a penalty. Defensive PI should be able to be challenged. Offensive PI should be able to be challenged. You should be able to throw the flag on flags. And until they make that a rule, there's no way this should happen. And the referees,
Yeah, I don't have a video of this.
Fucking can't work again if they say something or do something or pick up the flag or say no. They'll never work. They literally, the NFL will pick and choose what crews will be on there, and that guy will be replaced like that.
Yeah, and this came from Dan Campbell, coach of the Lions, saying that New York called the officiating crew and told them that they need to overturn what would have been the game-winning touchdown for the Lions. And I guess they interviewed the official, but Dan Campbell, knowing full well that he probably will get fined for saying this, went on the local radio station and said this.
Yeah,
and was
said, "I don't."
Down.
Yeah, but and then I told you this once you brought it up to me, that when I did the CBS Sports Super Bowl short with John Madden, I found out that day of shooting that the Immaculate Reception, where they played at Pittsburgh Pirates Stadium that they shared, whatever, at the time, there was a phone call from New York or for whoever. To this day, they won't say who it was. And the head ref, the white hat, went to the dugout, came out and was like, "It's a catch. It's privilege." And you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, forever is known as the Immaculate Reception. And oh my God, it's amazing. But that was like, even back then, if that doesn't happen, does the merger happen?
Right. Yeah.
It is their controlling interests and them putting their thumb on the scale to make sure things go a certain way. It is a CIA nudge. It's we know the reaction if this happens. If X and Y happens, Z is definitely going to happen.
Well, and a good example of this, and this is happening in other sports, because we were watching Flyers Hurricanes last weekend, and there was what clearly, in my mind, was a game-winning overtime goal by the Flyers to beat the Hurricanes,
which are now all reviewed
in overtime. And Sanheim, his foot goes in the blue paint, he's in the crease, right? But clearly the goaltender initiates contact with him, right? Which to me should negate the interference penalty, because the goalie's going out
like an offset penalty.
Yeah, it's basically. It should be like an offset. And they overturn that goal. Carolina Hurricanes go down, score, and win. And then people could go, well, the Hurricanes aren't a big market team. Why would the NHL want to why would they push things in the direction of a Florida Panthers or a Carolina Hurricanes or whatever? And I told you, the reason is about league expansion. All of these new franchises, they're not going to be in Quebec. They're not going to be in, central Canada or anything like that. They're not going to be in Indianapolis or North Dakota or any of these other hockey markets. They're going to be in Houston, Phoenix, Atlanta. We know those are the first three that are going to be expanded to. So you have to showcase these these expansion success stories, right? Carolina Hurricanes, Nashville Predators, Vegas Golden Knights, the Florida Panthers. You want to show all of these warm weather markets are thriving and succeeding and making money, because that drives up the price of an expansion franchise.
Did I say this to you, or did I was I saving it for the show where I said, but what else is going on in Carolina and Miami? And that's the tech boom that is there, that all these new tech companies have moved to Raleigh and Charlotte, and Charlotte is like this new place. And you can look at it, the population of Miami, you would think people are moving out of there because it's so expensive, but it's just getting more expensive because a bunch of people moved in again. And the media market is actually insane in Miami right now in Florida sports. Like when it comes to the Hurricanes are ranked in the top 5.
Well, this is the thing with the NHL. They have a prospective buyer for Houston. Like that one's pretty much inked. It's probably going to be Tillman Fertitta. But to your point, how do you get who was the guy who bought the Mammoth? Ryan, his name Smith. Yeah, they need Ryan Smiths for Phoenix, and they need Ryan Smiths for Atlanta. Like they want these young tech billionaire owners who can come in and just be this huge infusion of cash for the league, not just
and them showing that, hey, look at such and such a team that's doing this. Look at this. Whereas they used to be called small market teams, there's not, because the NBA just did it with the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's
Right.
the least watched fucking NBA finals, I think, ever. Nobody gave a fuck. They basically had a gentleman's sweep or something. Denver won the year before, Milwaukee won the year before that, and you're like, yeah, look at the parity in the league. And it's like, yeah, that's why their ratings are dog shit. Because when LeBron was dominating against the Golden State Warriors, it was the same teams in 6 straight finals. It was Golden State Warriors and them. And it was basically the same as when Boston and the Lakers would play. Boston, Lake, and then San Antonio was in there for however many years straight.
Yeah,
and then
big kind of powerhouse for a long
LeBron
time.
came to the Miami Heat. We're in 4 straight finals and won 2 of them. It's just like there is a guaranteed you do A, B happens, and definitely C will happen. And when you look at the makeup of these cities and these markets, you go, well, that's going to push an Atlanta franchise to be there now, because Atlanta has a thriving MLS hockey team that they sell out games, sell out. Like they have more attendance than some football teams. And you go, how is there fucking 45, 60,000 people here for a soccer game? Hey, why don't we put a hockey team in here again? Remember Atlanta Thrashers? Let's do that.
Yeah.
And you go, well, why is that? And you go, boom, all the tech companies are moved to fucking Charlotte and Miami and Atlanta.
And Hollywood basically moved to Atlanta like after the fucking Thrashers moved to Winnipeg. So like, you know, like when that shift happened, then there would have been enough people to support a team in Atlanta.
It's really fucking strange that you look at, like, so why would the NFL do that? You go, well, the NFL hasn't had an expansion team in a while. If the NFL expanded even more, what are they talking about? They're talking about global markets all the time.
Yeah,
that's why it goes to the Bad Bunny thing. They don't care what their conservative white fan base is anymore. It's all about this globalist sort of like, dude, we can get, you know, there's a buzz. We can get a London team. Like, who the fuck wants to see it?
And here's the problem. This is the problem with venture capitalism, right? So these leagues have now adopted a VC model where it's not what a franchise earns, it's what it's valued at.
Yes,
right?
Valuation is the gayest shit.
So the NFL could stop making money and would not lose, because their valuation would always be high, which is just this made up thing. Like the NFL would start posting losses every year, and they would go, well, you know, the valuation of a new expansion franchise is $4 billion. You know what I mean? So it's like, and yes, they will be in Mexico City, they will be in Germany, and you're like, there will be an NFL Europe or an NFL Global division, which will be Mexico and London and all of these other markets where they've wanted teams.
Yeah, I think there's like a lot of irony too when it comes to this. Like, shut up, conservatives. They're just trying to build a global thing. You don't like it because it's not right anymore. And you're just like, no.
Well, they've been white money.
Nope, that isn't it. It's this idea that the same reason they never wanted Trump to be an owner, the same reason that leftists go after Trump, he goes, you know, he just makes up his net worth, right? And he goes, I think I'm worth this, because it's a brand. And you can't pinpoint how much it's worth because of the valuation.
Right.
And so this valuation thing that they use,
using the same model that you use to value franchises.
That's the irony of it, is they hate Trump, but they use the same valuation model that he does for their faggoty tech company or venture capitalist firm that will do this. And then private equity firms are even worse, because theirs is just to flip it. The private equity people are like, well, we'll just put it in our portfolio and say that we own it, and then we don't care if it dies. It's just a brand.
Because the valuation of our equity fund is this, right?
That
it's
one.
worth this, doesn't have to make money. So that when you talk about like what's really destroyed the American economy, we've talked about a lot of these other things, but this valuation culture that came on the back of the tech industry, that's what's really killed it from the top down. this idea of like things are worth what we say they are.
And this way, you got to work on your
things
branding,
don't
bro.
work.
And you get your branding out there, people will pick you up. You're smart, you're hilarious, and go, yeah, that's gay.
Which and by the way, this is what I think is funny. So like, and then you like critics of us or our show or our comedy or whatever, they'll be like, why aren't you guys doing that? Like, why aren't you guys promoting yourselves more? Why aren't you guys doing things to increase the valuation of yourselves? And it's like, yeah, because that's fake bullshit. And I don't want any part of it. Like, yeah, could I buy a thing that would inflate numbers or can I hire a marketing firm to like promote me and whatever? Yeah, but that's just fucking that's valuation. That's like
right. And we already expressed my sort of hesitancy of the change and how I'm this traditionalist. And I like going to brick and mortar stores and using cash. That's the same thing. In that I'm so like inside against the phoniness of it, that I can't bring myself to do some of the things that they tell me to. And sometimes I have to suck it up and do it. And like, I go, man, I really need to do that. And then I go, but then I'm just a fuck. And it sucks that in your mind, you're like, I'm selling out doing this, or I'm, and I don't know. That's the,
and this is the harsh reality is like, I don't really see a lot of people I respect doing it that way. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the people that I see doing it and having success with it, I'm like, you suck as a comedian.
Or you see people you used to respect do it and you go, ugh, I don't respect them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so. I don't think I've seen anybody I respect and been like, now they're doing this and I don't respect them anymore. I don't think
The Rock and Kevin Hart.
I never respected The Rock or Kevin Hart. I always saw them as pimps. I've never seen them as having integrity.
I just say no every once in a while.
Right? I mean, yeah, that's a great point. But yeah, I've never seen them as having integrity. I've seen Kevin Hart as a whore from day one.
Well, I think we should wrap it up with the NFL cheats right there and how they will be cheating. Do you have any prediction? I'm done hoping for. By the way, Jets fans we deserve everything we get. They're horrible. Like online, they're the dumbest retard fans. And every time that one of them engages with me, and I get dumber by the second, and they don't understand football. What
I think is so funny is that like when seasons start, you and I are like, man, we should bring back the bonus. We should do a bonus show. And then we start watching all of our sports teams get their shit pushed in every fucking minute. We're like, I don't want to do no fucking sports show, man.
Dude, my little cousin sent me this fucking meme that said, I thought it was serious at first. He was like, yo, did you hear what happened? And he sends me this meme and it says, a terrorist attack and tragedy in Buffalo. I was like, what the fuck? And I just read it. It goes, yeah, forced to watch an entire Sabres game.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. But yes.
but it is.
So he's a Rangers fan, like his whole family, my uncle and stuff, they're all Rangers. But he was born and raised in Seattle with his sister. And so, he'll kind of like the Kraken just became a team. He's got some Kraken jerseys, went to the opening night of the team. Mm-hmm. He just really likes the Rangers. And he was just like, can we have Tage Thompson, please? And I was like, yeah, he can't pass. Take him. Yeah. Like, dude, I don't care anymore. They take everybody. The whole team should be for sale. Literally.
It's tough, man. It's a tough watch. And I feel the same way with the Flyers. I'm like, Flyers last night outplayed a team for 60 minutes and lost 5-2. Like, I mean, it's like that's literally what their season is going to be like. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose 50 games.
Well, you guys can tell us if we're going to lose 50 games of that being our episodes. If you don't support us,
terrible fucking transition that was. I applaud the attempt, but boy, did you really fucking knuckle that one up.
Dark knuckles. You can always support us on Patreon at thebiguglies.com. That's thebiguglies.com. You can support the show and love us, or you can hate us, and it's the hate for 8 button. You can just hate us for $8. We'll read your hate on the show, unlike some other people that are in the chat constantly begging for attention. Just donate the hate. Hit the hate button.
I also did fix the super chats. Somebody brought up earlier that super chats were off. Vito the Wig, who's like, super chats are off. And I was like, oh, and I just looked and I had to turn them back on. I don't know how that happened, but
somebody said they're back on. I'm not giving though. I'm like, okay.
We didn't care.
I don't care. That's us for this week. Tune in. Same bat time, same bat channel. Next week we'll probably be fatter. Maybe not. You'll never know.
I love it. Fantastic.